talking to Francois de Bie, who is the Marketing Director of Corbion Purac and also the current Chairman of the European Bioplastics Association. So Francois, tell me, first of all, what are the aims of your organization, this association?
Okay, as an association we represent the interests of the bioplastics industry, and we try to do a couple of things. The two most important ones are to educate and train and share benefits and concerns about bioplastics with the outside world. And secondly, a key focus from us starting only this year is to have a say and an influence in the legislative processes that are ongoing in Brussels, making sure that we create favorable environments for our bioplastic products.
Well, now that sounds very straightforward, but it isn't as easy as that, is it? So do you think this industry is getting a little bit preoccupied with trying to get its terms of reference correct?
Of course, if you are attending this conference, there's quite a lot of discussions and mentions about how to measure sustainability, how to measure life cycle analysis. I'm not afraid about that. I think that's actually a good thing. I see this as a maturing industry. We are maturing, and because we are maturing, we have to be more data focused, we have to be more fact-based instead of just going with the gut feel. And I think some years ago, a lot of people said, hey, bioplastics feels good, sounds good, let's do it. And I think nowadays people have the right and they should ask, okay, show me some facts and figures. And we as an organization are going to be there to provide those facts and figures which will show the clear benefits of bioplastics.
Well, bioplastics itself is an umbrella beneath which there are two separate sides of the house in a way. There's the biodegradables, of course, and then there's the drop-ins. Now, maintaining a coexistence between the two must be quite complicated, I would imagine. And how much longer do you think that can continue, in fact?
Well, actually, we're not discussing about how long this could still take. We have a very clear and simple definition of bioplastics, which says, hey, bioplastics could be bio-based, could be biodegradable, or could be both. And that's our definition, and under this definition all the members are united in our association. It's not necessarily so that one type of bioplastics conflicts with another type of bioplastics. What we see more and more is as we mature as an industry, people really start to recognize the benefits of the compostable bioplastics in certain applications. Whereas on the other side, people recognize the advantages of bio-based for certain other industries. And this doesn't compete with each other.
So absolutely, we would say horses for courses. It's an application-driven industry and a solution-driven industry. Well, talking of that, which end-user industry do you feel will benefit most from a bioplastic solution?
I thought about this a long time, and actually this first really struck me when I was giving a presentation at the K-Show at the Bioplastics breakfast meetings. I was asked to talk about packaging, and if you look at the market for packaging, you will see that of the total amount of plastics used worldwide, some 40% is used in packaging. If you, however, look at the amount of bioplastics used in packaging, over 70 to 80% of bioplastics are used in packaging applications. So clearly in packaging, bioplastics has an advantage, is more used than in other industries. And I think there is a key reason for this, because that's of course what you would wonder, why is this? And I think this is because packaging, the consumer is always in touch with the packaging. And I truly believe that the consumer wants to move to a more sustainable economy, to a more sustainable society. And of course when he goes to the shop and he buys certain products, he always sees the packaging, and that's why the consumer is demanding, is asking that the packaging be made more sustainable, and that's where bioplastics provide a right answer.
Will the packaging industry, given that packaging it's an important but it's a disposable item ultimately, will it give you the best financial return as an industry?
Yes, because we believe that in certain types of packaging, the bioplastics, even if they are more expensive today, will give a lot of benefits. Like for example, if you have a single-use shopping bag, which is singly used and then after this disposed, if you would have the same single-use bag made from a compostable material, consumer can take it home, use it to collect organic waste, and therefore the bag becomes a second or a dual-use bag. In addition, because the bag is used to collect organic waste, it will add to an increased collection of organic waste. Therefore, the extra cost associated with a very tiny, lightweight, single-use bag are greatly outweighed by the environmental and, in the end, benefits that the bioplastics, in this case, a compostable solution, would bring.
Well, that of course is a well-publicised and highly contentious issue in the public domain, and ongoing too. And I would also say it has a kind of a negative connotation. Just to go back to the sort of market share. Now, I mean, you have a 20% year-on-year growth in bioplastics, but still only represent 1% of the total potential plastics industry. Plastic bags aside, what do you think it would take to really get bioplastics positively into the consumer's mind's eye?
So I think two things have to happen. I mean, first of all, we need that government organizations, together with NGOs and the retailers, clearly come to the conclusion, based on the facts and data that we are uncovering as an industry, that the bioplastic solution really is the more sustainable solution. And we just heard the World Wildlife Fund talk about bioplastics. Indeed, it's not good if bioplastics put additional burden on the land use, but we all know that the current amount of land used for bioplastics is very, very small. On the other side, we do know that bioplastics can help to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, can help to mitigate in that way climate change, and that's an important aspect. So I think the general public, together with the government bodies, need to recognize this point as a first starting point. Unambiguously speak out about the benefits that bioplastics can bring for the environment. Secondly, that's the other thing which really needs to happen, and we see this happening as we speak, is the economy of scale. I mean, there is very few consumers that do want to pay more on an ongoing basis. Many consumers are ready to pay a little bit extra in an initial phase of a sustainable product, but in the end it has to be price competitive. And that's why we need economy of scales, we need bigger plants to be able to compete with the huge, gigantic fossil-based factories, which have of course been optimized for the last 20-30 years.
There is a bit of a chicken and an egg situation here, isn't it? Because I suppose people are reluctant to invest in production facility without a reasonably guaranteed revenue stream at the end of it. Do you think we'll have, brand owners are crucial in this. Do you think we'll see more brand owners here at the conference next year?
I think so, we will. I mean, we know that a lot of brand owners have a very particular interest in bioplastics. I mean, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Danone, Henkel, Pantone, Nestle, just to name a few of the really big ones. Nike as well, very interested. Puma, very interested. Yeah. We're even presenting here at the conference. So I think that there will be more interest from the brand owners, and they do want to get the facts and figures straight to really show and demonstrate that bioplastics are the more sustainable solution.
Well, thank you very much. I would just like to congratulate you on a very interesting and informative conference, and through you to congratulate your team as well on again a beautifully presented couple of days. And next year in Berlin?
Well, that's actually going to be a change as well. As an organization, I just mentioned, we want to put more focus on Brussels, want to be closer to the legislative bodies. So we have decided that next year's conference is going to be in Brussels.
Well, I think that gives us something of a scoop. Thank you very much indeed, Francois.
Thank you very much, Des.